Hi all and welcome to my weekly update for Diablo 4. What can I say? I haven't done anything. Not much. I've not touched any of my other characters at all. I think I logged on to my druid to do a couple of tree whispers. It's the only way really you can level pre 50 because you can't get hell tides until 50 that I found, and dungeons are just a nightmare. So yeah, we've got to level 69 on the rogue, and that is simply by doing tree whispers, waiting for hell tides, and doing a couple of dungeons. The main reason, like a lot of content creators, this casual YouTuber hasn't been playing Diablo 4 a lot, and the reason for that, it differs to what a lot of other people. My issue is the automatic disconnect. As a carer for disabled people, specifically disabled family in my home, I can be called away from my desk at any moment for an average, usually, of 7 to 10 minutes. The auto disconnect is before that time. So if I'm halfway through a hell tide or in a dungeon and I need to come out, I hit portal, I stand in whichever city I tend to be in. I wish we could change our portal to default to Kayavashad. The other cities are crap. The placement of everything is so far away, it's ridiculous. I end up portaling to the town anyway, going to do whatever I need to do in my carer's role, coming back, bam, I've auto disconnected. I've lost the progress on the Helltide, I've lost the dungeon and therefore the Nightmare Sigil, and that is just shitty gameplay. No other game I know has such a short duration. Diablo 3 does not have an auto disconnect and for about an hour or something stupid like that. Path of Exile is, for me, on average 10 minutes. I think their statement is 8 to 15, but for me it tends to be around the 10-minute mark, which is perfect. No Man's Sky, which is another game I played, doesn't have an auto disconnect. Frostpunk is another game I played, doesn't have an auto disconnect. So Diablo 4 supposed to be this great modern game, and the auto disconnect feature is shockingly small. Don the Crown even tweeted out the other day that he was in the middle of doing a video and he was going through his Paragon board to show people the build, and he got an auto disconnect. You're in the game, you're doing stuff, specifically looking at a Paragon board. If you're happening to be redoing your Paragon board or just looking at it to see where you can min-max it because you're not following guide or for whatever reason and you get disconnected, come on, please. Added to the fact that the stash system is completely diabolical, the fact that in World Tier 3 the XP is laughable. I can sit for 2 hours, do a ton of World Tier 3 dungeons at level 68 and my XP bar barely moves. I conquer World Tier 4 Capstone Dungeon, I'm bam, level 68, I'm in a level 73 plus area. All the dungeons take about an hour to get through because I'm having to wait for cooldowns and potions, and I'm literally fighting every step of the way. I come across a rare, I have to kite it around the dungeon I've already cleared, waiting for cooldowns because I'm so low level. My gear is basically the same because I've not received any upgrades. I've had barely a handful of ancestral items. They've all been worse than what I'm already wearing. Even I get an ancestral item, I upgrade it 3 times just to see. Like most of these are upgraded 3 out of 4, some are 4 out of 5, some are 5 out of 5. But a 3 out of 5 should give me an indication of what it's looking like. Yeah, they're bad. It's not worth wasting imprinted gold costs on it. So the gear, I know other people have gone through this, but to reiterate again, I agree with a lot of the content creators out there. The gear system is completely pants. The way the world tier XP is done through the world tiers is crap. You're either fighting your way at world tier 3. This is solo play. I've not done any party play. I think I've joined one party for a world boss. Other than that, I'm doing solo self-found. I'm not doing parties. I'm not doing XP boosts. This is a complete solo grind. Which is why I'm finding it extremely difficult. I will log in, hit tab, zoom out. Is there a hell tide? No. Is there a world boss? No. Is there a Legion event? There is. That begins in 20 seconds. Can I get there from the nearest portal? No, because the Legion event is ridiculously far away from the closest portal. What's the point? Is there a True Whispers in a decent area? 52 minutes. I could potentially do these ones. So I could do a Tree Whispers. I'll do the Tree Whispers. I won't do the dungeon because there's no point. I'll do the Tree Whispers here. I'll do all those and then look for others I could do here. I will not go into PvP zones. I don't want to do PvP, and yet somehow if I'm not flagged for PvP I can still be killed by PvP players, even though I only went there to get the Altar Lilith. You've stuck a PvE Altar Lilith in the middle of a PvP zone and people can't get to it easily. Game design fail. That should not be in. If you're going to make it so people who aren't flagged for PvP can be killed in PvP, do not put a PvE event inside of it. This is yes, I'm being aggressive in this video. It's annoying me. I want to play this game. I want to do things. I'm just failing right now because it is the auto disconnect is ridiculous, and the way the XP works is stupid. The solo game for the solo play for this game is practically non-existent. In my opinion, you cannot play this game solo, not unless you sink like 10 hours of just sitting in front of your desk without a break. You can't do it because of the auto disconnect. It sucks. That's me vented. That was nearly just over 7 minutes of me venting. Just going to take a drink of my soda. What I've normally done is then deleted this video and re-recorded it without the venting and the anger, but I'm not going to do that. Everything I feel I've said on this video is warranted. There's no point playing alts really, because if I log on to one of my other characters, I know there isn't a Helltide on at the moment. The next one is going to be a while, but it is my level 25 druid. I'm leveling it as my own version of a werewolf shred / poison build. I've changed a couple of things because Stormstrike is horrible. So I've got all these side quests to do, and I want to do that because I want 100% on every character, on 5 characters, one of each class. As you can see, I've not done any areas of discovered yet because I can't. I've only just hit level 25, so I could go into Skosglen, but I could go even into Dry Steppes. At the moment seems to be okay, but you know, what's the point? Excuse me, I can't do any of this stuff because I'm too low level. So I've just been literally, excuse me, perhaps that's a soda. I need 2 to 3 more levels before I can do Core Dragon. So I can't do this side quest because there's no way of actually tracking which side quests I've done on each character. So I'm having to avoid all of the side quests. I accidentally picked up this cache, and now I've got to avoid this area so I don't complete it. It's ridiculous. I'm having to go online, find a list of all the side quests, put it into an Excel spreadsheet, and then mark off for every character that I've done it, because there's no way of tracking side quests individually for each character. And that's another part. I'm getting mad again. Oh. Everything about this game said it was going to be awesome, and there are certain features that are great. Going through the campaign the first or the second time really, or just the first time, skipping everything is really good because you get quite a bit of XP. You get to about I was about level 40, 45, which is awesome because you can come straight out of there, go to pretty much any region, and you're doing it. After that though, when you start doing an alternative character solo play, you kind of want to do the campaign, but it is so slow. The last portion is just cutscenes and chatter and pointless travel. Pointless travel. It takes you nearly an hour or two to do the last part of the campaign if you're skipping stuff, and that's just because travel, even on a horse, because you're waiting for things to happen. It's ridiculous. This is my barb. I haven't done anything on this barb at all. Kind of waiting for the patch notes on July 18th, because that way I can log on to my rogue, and a lot of the stuff I've done on my rogue will transfer over to my account and be shared across, and that will help me get the 100% on all of my characters, especially the areas discovered and the altars of Lilith. I'm not sure how that'll work. I think I still might need to go and find them on each character to get the stats up here. You see, this character is almost maxed out. I've got areas, waypoints, strongholds, altars. This is what I'm concerned about, because it's saying it's going to be shared. But what overrides what? If I've done 3 strongholds on this character, come July 18th when I log on to my rogue, are my strongholds going to be deleted? Am I going to have to redo them on my alt? Because that's not carried over, but I've done them. Same with the side quests. I've done most of the side quests for this character. Are they going to be deleted? Is that going to be reset down to 0? I don't know. Because they haven't answered these questions. Nowhere have I seen these questions being answered. I've seen them being asked, but nowhere they've been answered. Anyway, that's enough. Like I said, there's not much to update really. I've got an extra level on my rogue, and I've done a few with Tree of Whispers quests on some of my characters. That's it for the update. I'm not going to do another one now until after July 18th. And I'll quickly go over my version of the patch notes, and I'll see what damage has been done by the transfer from my rogue across my account, and see how much work I have to do before Season 1 starts. I am going to be playing Season 1 simply because I spent all of the money and got the biggest pre-order package. So I've got the free paid for battle pass, and I want to see how the season works in compared to Diablo 3, to see how quickly I can get through it to get those MTX, and that's the only reason I'm doing it, for the MTX. It doesn't seem like there's much in the season that is going to come over from the season to the main to the Eternal Realm, other than the MTX. Now, if you get the MTX and as soon as you've earned it in season, it spreads across your account, by the time I've done the season, if I delete the character to save space on character slots, will I still retain it because I've already completed it? That's another interesting question that hasn't been answered. Anyway, I could go on about this for a long while, but it's 14 minutes of practically me ranting and no gameplay, so I'm going to leave it there. That's the Diablo 3 update for this week. I'm sorry it's such a crappy episode, but the game at this stage is crappy, and there's not much else to go about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the PoE update on Friday, No Man's Sky update on Sunday. There's the first episode of No Man's Sky Beginner's Guide. I'm editing it now, so that should be out tomorrow on July 13th. I'm not sure about the time. Just check my YouTube channel, check my Twitter. Twitter is pretty much uploading videos. That's about it. Excuse me, burps from the soda. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one.